Hi everyone and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV located in Frederick, Colorado. I'm very excited about the truck that we're going to go over together today. It's very unique. In fact, it's so unique that it's the only one on the market today. So this is a 2020 Freightliner M2 112. The conversion is Summit Hauler. The GVWR on this truck is 33,000 pounds. It has an empty weight of 16,540. As we start, we'll take a look at the front of the truck. The hood is compressed fiberglass, so that it is extremely tough and durable. The grille is designed by us, purchased from the C9 company. As you can see, the bumper is broken into 3 parts. And the logic behind that is if we hit something and damage this piece right here, we simply have to replace that part instead of the entire bumper. As we take a look under the hood, that's the big boy. That's the Detroit Diesel D13. It is coupled with the Allison 4000 TRV transmission and offers 505 horsepower. So this compared to a regular 106, obviously we can pull more weight and be able to get through, for example, the Rocky Mountains right next door a lot more comfortably, pulling a larger amount of weight. Even though this is the 112, we still color coordinate things. Where we see the yellow is stuff we can check. For example, right here is where we would check the oil. Now, if we're underneath the hood taking a look at things and a gust of wind comes up, it's still gonna stop. We're not gonna get squished under there. The only way to get that hood down is to force it down. This is stock number 5N200070. This is the block heater right here for people that live in cold climates. If you want to charge that overnight, this is the trickle charger. So if we're on the road and it's nighttime and we want to still, turn the DVD on or have the lights on, we can plug that in, and that assists the batteries is what that does. As we take a look at the inside, that is black carbon fiber interior with a very soft leather. Some things we can see from down here. It comes with air ride, so here's where we would adjust the seats. Here's for heated or cool on the seats. This is the lumbar system, so however much air we want in the back of the seat. It's also designed to start the truck from down here. So when you start it, you turn your key halfway, let the gauges go all the way over and all the way back, and then you start the truck. If we get in a hurry and start it early, there is a chance that it will kick codes that simply don't exist. Another thing we can see from down here is that little pedal, and what that does when we're sitting in the driver's seat and press that, that's how we adjust our steering wheel. As we take a look at the back seat, just like a majority of the haulers, the back seat does turn down into a bed, and that bed does meet all DOT standards for a bed. So to get the seat back up, simply push the switch and it does come back up. When we take a look at the different storage compartments, it comes with 3. When we take a look in the front one, not only do we see a lot of room, but we see a connection for an air hose if we need one. The top is rhino lined. When we take a look at the tires, those are Michelin 275 ADR 22.5. A unique thing about the Summit hauler conversion is it comes with tire balancers. That is an additional drum placed in there that has BBs in it and some hydraulic oil. So as you go and as you gain speed and momentum, that balances the entire rotating mass from the tire to the rim to the hub. All of that is balanced. So that not only makes it a safer drive as we're going up and down the road, more comfortable, but it also prolongs tire life. So a tire this size, obviously there's some expense there. So if we can prolong that up to 40%, obviously that's a good thing. When we come around to the rear of the truck, beneath this plate is a hitch for a bumper pull trailer. A unique thing about Summit hauler is this bed is aluminum. This isn't steel. So 5-10 years down the road, it's gonna look like it does today. As compared to the competition that uses steel, that's gonna rust. Here's our plugins for the lights for the trailers. This truck uses the Voyager system for the backup camera. So we can actually hook up to 3 more cameras right there. As we come along to this side, one thing I wanted to talk about is this truck with the Detroit engine in it comes with what's called virtual technician. So when the truck is registered for warranty, at that time the new owner can either log on to the website or call the number and register for virtual technician. And the way that works is this: if we're on the road and something happens, say the check engine light comes on, something like that, we call into virtual technician. They can not only pinpoint your location, but they can diagnose the problem right there on the spot. So that will tell us the severity of the issue, and they'll tell you, well, we either need to get to the closest Freightliner dealership and tell you where that is, or if it's maybe not as severe of a problem, they say, okay, you're okay for this many miles, so once you get to this destination, go in, and they'll give you directions to that location as well. As we take a look at the back seat, please notice just how much room is in this specific truck. That makes life much more enjoyable for those long drives. I mean, you're gonna drive 12 hours, jump out and feel like we just ran up the road a few minutes. In addition to the air ride, really makes it a nice ride. A big advantage to this truck, just like all of the Freightliners, is that it comes with air brakes. So that's a lot safer than compared to a hydraulic brake. And the reason that it is safer is if we get a leak in the hose, obviously there's an unlimited supply of air. So we can keep pressing the brake and keep pushing air through the system. Well, let's compare that to a hydraulic brake. If we get a leak in the line, we go to hit the brakes and they're really soft, and we'll continue to get softer until we go to hit the brakes and need them, and there's simply nothing there. Because the only way to replenish that is to add more hydraulic oil to it. So from a safety comparison, the air brake system is a lot safer than a hydraulic. Another advantage to this truck, say if we're looking compared to a pickup, is just the general size and the mass of it. I mean, if we look how much higher we are off the ground than a pickup truck, and that does a couple of things for us. We can see things both coming at us from the front and the rear as well. One thing I wanted to show as we come on around, if we could zoom in on the windshield. The reason I wanted to kind of take this route is there's 2,500 square inches of glass up there. So when we're driving, that really makes viewing that much easier. There's not blind spots, we can see stuff coming and going at us as well. One thing I wanted to mention this truck is the engine brake. Now, it's not a Jake brake, that is an engine brake. So if we have it set to low, that's going to affect 3 of the 6 cylinders. Not only does it restrict exhaust coming out, but it restricts fluid coming in. So when we're towing a large amount of weight like this truck is capable of doing, obviously that's going to be an advantage. So if we kick it to high, now we're affecting all 6 cylinders. So if we're coming down a steep grade and that truck really gets to pushing us, we can use that that engine brake to assist us slowing down. So this is a very safe vehicle. It is a very comfortable vehicle. It's simply a very practical purchase for someone out there. So if you have any other questions on this or any of the other vehicles on the lot, please feel free to give me a call. Again, my name is Larry Vickers. I can be reached at 970-370-4067, or the work line is 303-684-3404. Feel free to email me, larry.vickers@transwest.com. Thanks for tuning in today.